Good morning, sports fans. How are we? Welcome to the channel. My name is Tommy if you're new here, and if you're not, welcome back. It is a Saturday morning. It is 9:24 and we are just over 6 miles into today's ride. Today we are going to do a ride I did before, and I vlogged it and I'll put it on the screen now, around into Rutland. We're only going to skim the surface of Rutland, but there's a few hills. We're going to test the legs, which right now feel horrendous, and hopefully get some nice views for you. So stick around and we'll continue into the ride. Don't know if you could see that on the video just then, but we are cycling down into Wansford, and there's a static caravan estate, if you want to call it an estate, down there in the valley, and there's been a lot of water the past few days this week, and it's quite flooded. Well, as you can see today, the sun is out, there's a nip in the air. It's about 5 or 6 degrees, so the winter tights are on, the oversocks are on, and the long sleeve thicker thermal wear are on as well. Anyway, we're going to head down the road here into Wansford. Oh god, yeah. We're just cycling through Wansford, as you've seen, over the one-way bridge, but you can see the extent of the flooding there, and the people's fields where they keep their horses. There's a guy out there paddleboarding, look, and the swan's having a great time. We're good. We are 13.5 miles now into the ride. We've come through Wansford and we're headed on the road towards King's Cliff. But we've taken a turn and we're now heading out to the A47. And we're going to go along the A47, which is the sketchiest bit of today's ride, with the lorries coming past you and the cars coming past you a bit quicker. But we need to hit that to go across towards Collie Weston and head into Rutland. So that's where we're going, that's what we're doing. We are now into Collie Weston, and you can see if I turn the camera, you can tell because the buildings start changing, the brickwork gets to the limestone, the roofs get to the Collie Weston slate, and you'll see behind the houses in front there's some hills out that way. So we are nearly in Rutland. I'm not feeling good today, my legs hurt. And there we go, look at that, the rolling countryside of Rutland. Beautiful. We're going to head down the climbs now, downhill, which is good, from Collie Weston down into Ketton. And as soon as we get into Ketton, we're taking a left, heading along the road where the vineyard is, and then heading towards Barradon. So we have just come down the top of the hill up there from Collie Weston, up there where the church is, and we're going across the bridge now towards Ketton. As you can see from me standing on the bridge, this water shouldn't be as high as it is. We've had a lot of rain recently. Jake's cycled along a bit further up where that car is coming through a big massive puddle, and we might be deciding whether we go that way or not. Judging by the fact that Jake's turned around and heading this way, we're probably going back up this bastard hill, which I don't want to do because it ruins where we want to go, but we'll work it out soon, I'm sure, and we'll find out where we're going to go from there. But yeah, lots and lots and lots of water. Computer says no?
Computer says no.
Okay. Right, we're going for it, sports fans. We're into Rutland. There's the sign for Rutland. Welcome to Rutland. Cars are turning around and there's quite a big puddle in front of us. So let's see if we can stick to the white line in the middle, which you can just about see, and half crank pedal through it. It's getting deeper. It's getting deeper. We're going to half crank all the way through it, hopefully. My foot's wet. We can see the white line. The water's clear. We ain't got too far to go, Jake. I've got a soaking wet foot. It's my own fault. We've made it through, sports fans. We're through. We're through the depths of the valleys, and now we should hopefully be able to dry off in the sunshine, because my right foot is soaked. Wasn't the smartest idea of got English again. Wasn't the smartest of ideas, but we've made it through, and onwards we go. 16.5 miles into the ride. The sun is back out. Dry my shoes, please. All right, we just stopped for a few seconds. We're 19.5 miles into the ride. We've just been across the A47 again on the Barradon Road, and I don't know if you can see into the sun through the trees there, all the water in the fields down the valley. That's obviously what we waded through a bit further up, but we're going to head up here into Barradon and head all the way up, hopefully, to the Haringworth Viaduct, and then through or underneath that, and then up Haringworth Hill. If it isn't flooded, it might be that we have to turn around, but we'll work it out when we get there and see how we get on. But I'm struggling today. I've already told Jake it's going to be a slow ride. I'm in the small baby ring. My legs hurt. I've not ridden since last Friday, which was only an hour on the turbo. So getting out on the road was probably my last YouTube video actually that I posted, which would have been a Wednesday night a few weeks ago. So yeah, struggling today, but hopefully this sort of 38-40 mile ride is going to shock the legs into something, and I can just maintain that moving forward. But yeah, onwards and upwards, and we'll see how we get on up this big hill in a minute. We're in Barradon now. It's got a nice little green Exeter Arms pub up on the hill. Very, very nice. Rutland countryside. This is the dream, guys. When I've made it in life, limestone house, slate roof, out in the countryside. Whew. We can dream, can't we? We can dream. We've come out of Barradon and we've just been stopping and assessing the water down in the valley. As you can see down there is Haringworth Viaduct. Hopefully you can see it on the camera. There's a lot of water down underneath that, and we're going to be going underneath that in a second. And it might be that again we take a detour. It might be that we half crank through it and see how we get on, but it's not looking promising with the amount of water that is down there in that valley. We're down at the bottom of the valley now, coming up underneath the Haringworth Viaduct, or the Welland Valley Viaduct. In the field next to us here, some sheep and some flooding, and I guess we'll work out whether we can go through or not. Yeah, Jake reckons we should climb up and cycle across the top of it. What do you guys reckon? I've got another bit of water to go through under the viaduct. That's deeper than the other one. Thank you. There we go, look at the water underneath here. Look at the flooding around here. We've made it through, slightly wet, and we cycle into Haringworth with wet feet, 24 miles on the clock. And now, the worst bit about today's ride, we're down in the valley, we've got to cycle up out the valley, and we've got a climb called the Haringworth Climb here, which we're going up. And I've been dreading it the whole ride because my legs ache. They're not very good today, but I've not done enough. I'm still stupidly overweight for climbing on a bike, but we'll head out of here through this little nice village of Haringworth, hopefully start drying off after going through those puddles, and head up the Haringworth Climb. We'll take a right here and head up the Haringworth Climb in the baby ring. There we go, you can see it up the hill there. Right, I'll see you at the top. It's not fun. Don't get fat, kids. top. That was a slow climb. Dreaded every second of it on today's ride, but we made it. We're at the top, 25 miles into the ride. And now we've turned. That's the furthest point we're going today, away from home. We're turning on our way back in. And it should be about 15, 16 miles from here home, I think. But we'll soon find out. I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, that is your tour of Rutland complete for the day. We're just leaving Rutland. We've just come out of a place called Laxton. We're heading up to the A43, which we'll cross over and head into a place called Bullock and then into Bladwick, which I've filmed because we're going to head that way. But yeah, unfortunately, the roads into Rutland we've been through, we've come out, and that's your taste of Rutland for today. But we'll admire one last look over the fields at the sheep in the gorgeous sunshine and continue. 27 miles so far on the clock. Myself and Jake had a conference call and decided that we're not going towards Bladwick. We're going to go along the road into Southwick, in the valley, downhill, tailwind, and get ourselves home hopefully. We are 28.5 into the ride. We've probably got about another 12, 13 till we get home. So we should definitely hit the 40-mile mark today, which is good. I might not say that later when I'm falling asleep on the couch, but it's been lovely to get out. The sun is shining, the roads are dry-ish, apart from the flooded sections, which obviously you've seen, but it's a nice morning. And for the first time on today's ride, what little wind there was in the air is behind us, which is much appreciated. We're now into Southwick, which is a place you've seen on the videos before, going past the Shookborough Arms just here, which is right next to it, has got the turn-in with Southwick Hill. And I've already discussed with Jake, after Harringworth Hill today, we're not going up Southwick. We're going to leave this turn-in, not take this one, follow the bend round, and take the soft boy, flat boys approach home, which suits me today just right. Now into Fotheringhay, 35 miles on the clock, and we're going to head through here and hope that the road up here isn't flooded either, because if it is, we're going to get wet feet again, because I'm not in the mood to ride further to get ourselves home dry. That sign isn't a good sign. Let's see what it's like. Can we get through or can't we? Well, the water's rather high.
Good luck.
We're probably going to be turning around.
I think you're going to need some bigger wheels.
Let's try it. Too deep, Jake. We're turning around. I'm going down. I'm soaked.
Wet feet.
Yeah, very wet foot there. Ah, my feet! I'm soaked. That's a lot deeper. My feet are fucking soaked. Well then, sports fans, what have we learnt on today's ride? When roads are flooded, you might have made it through too, but this time it was not third time lucky. My feet are absolutely soaking, but luckily we've probably got about 10 miles and we're home, so never mind. Well, after the detour, we're heading down now into Nassington, and just the other side of Jake over there on that top hill is where we're heading to. We're going to have to head through Nassington into Yarwell and then back into Wansford and back in on the road we left through this morning to get back onto the Andal Road, because Elton's flooded and so is Fotheringhay. And we have made it back into Wansford, taking a bit of a detour to get around the floods. And we know this way we're safe because we came earlier on. There is flooding down there, as you can see, but it's not across the road, so we're safe. So we've made it through and we can head home this way now. We are 40.6 miles into the ride, so we've got more than we anticipated, but it's all good. We should make 50 miles on this ride today, which is massive. I've not ridden 50 miles for a very, very long time in one ride, so win-win, I say. That's a win. It means I've earned my weekend, although not drinking beer at the moment, so maybe I've earned a pizza, eh? Maybe I've earned a pizza tonight, we'll see. We're back on the Wansford to Elton Road, the other side of the valley that's flooded down there. We would have taken a lot shorter ride. There's a cut through in that direction, but again, we'll be flooded. So we've had to take a divert round back into Wansford and now heading back into Elton. We've done 42 miles. Once we get into Elton, we come out of it straight away pretty much and have the final climb of the day back onto Elton Road for our trip home. We are probably going to hit 50 miles now, I'm pretty sure of it. We're about 8 miles from home-ish. Back on Elton Road, coming out of Elton now, and having our final climb up the road here in front of us now, the out of Elton climb on Elton Road. We'll get up and over that, head back into Chesterton, and it won't be too far before we're home. And I'm starting to hurt. This was an unplanned 50-mile ride with the diversions. I've got no food with me. I've had one bottle of mix, and then I've got one bottle of water left, or half a bottle of water left, so my legs are sore, I'm feeling it. But up here, bit of a cry over this hill, and then head home. And we are back now, as you can see, into Chesterton. Not far to go. Woo. Oh. And that's it, sports fans. Another ride done. We're on 48 miles with about a mile to go before home, so we're not going to hit 50, and I'm absolutely fine with that. I just tried to stand up and both my quads cramped, so I'm going to be glad to get home. I'm going to whack a protein shake down me and probably get in the bath for half an hour. But I'll put the route on screen now for you. You can see where we've been, and I will say thank you very much for watching. It's always appreciated. If you like the content that I'm putting out on here, whether it be the cycling videos or the general travel vlogs or whatever I'm doing, and hit that like, thumbs up button for me, please. And if you keep coming back to the channel, or even if it's your first time watching, hit that subscribe button for me and help me out. Anyway, have a good weekend. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.